Welcome to another episode of Dan Frequently Asked Questions. In this episode, we are going to be talking about the implications of a broken nose and diving. And this individual suffered a broken nose and is now wondering whether or not it would be safe to go diving again. Now, a broken nose isn't the same for everybody, and it doesn't mean that only the nose is involved. It may sometimes involve the sinus cavities as well. So I'm going to break this down into the most simple to the most complex. A simple nasal fracture that doesn't have a significant amount of swelling and that subsides normally within the typical 6-week healing period should not be an issue with diving if there isn't significant pain during equalization. If there is, or there's difficulty equalizing, it's not a good idea to dive, and certainly not on medication or sedating medication in order to dive. On the flip side, one can have a tremendous fracture to the nasal area, which may involve the maxillary sinuses. And if that's the case and an individual equalizes, they may actually develop emphysema, or bubbles escaping the sinuses around the cracks that are in the face, and that may actually cause significant problems, and they may need advanced reconstruction. In those cases, it's usually about 6 months before the person may be able to return to diving. So in a really simplistic answer, once the nose has recovered, whether that's 6 weeks with a simple fracture and the person can equalize without pain or difficulty or medication, or whether the person has had a fairly extensive injury but has recovered fully and there's no communication between the nasal passages and the orbital structures, because you don't want emphysema there, then the individual may very well be able to return to diving as long as there's not the compounding factor of loss of consciousness that may also have coincided together with a broken nose. And of course, loss of consciousness, if that is in excess of 30 minutes memory loss, or either before or after, or actual loss of consciousness, means that the individual should not be diving for at least 6 months, and they should be assessed for concussion and see a diving physician before going diving again. I hope that's useful, and I hope that has answered at least some of your questions. If not, please pop us another email to info@dansa.org or medic@dansa.org, and we'll try and be more specific. Thank you for your question, and until next time, safe diving.